Shalom. I'd like to give all undergoing praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, and your abundance to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Salutations to our sincere Akim, pushing his word out across the four corners of the world. Just another GMS and transit lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. We're just going into through the spirit. This is the only thing that makes sense, which is the truth of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, via the understanding of his word, biblical prophecies. And you go into the word sense, it goes into intellectual interpretation. So through the spirit, we as the hopeful elect, we can perceive the hidden mysteries, those spiritual puzzles, the dark sayings of Yahweh Bashim Shai throughout that divine utterance that he gave to us. That's by the gift of the Holy Spirit. So this is the only thing that makes sense within these last days, and more so within America, known as Babylon the Great, the land of confusion, where everybody's minds are puzzled, everybody's wondering what's happening, and things are going to get back better or not. So everybody's in that spirit of perplexity within the land of confusion, except for the hopeful elect, for the ones who have those spiritual eyes that they can see, and those spiritual ears that they can hear. And that's by having a true spiritual understanding of Yahweh Bashim Shai through his word. So it makes sense to us why all these things are taking place right now throughout the whole world, especially here within America as well. And these are the divine plays and judgments Yahweh Bashim Shai is about to bring upon this place. And he's doing it right now as we speak. That's why you're hearing the rumors of wars, the earthquakes in diverse places. You're seeing or hearing about more chariot sightings throughout the whole world now. The love of many being waxed cold. Like, just for that, people are questioning, like, why are these killings or homicides are skyrocketing? But Yahweh Shai clearly explained that in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, also Luke, the 21st chapter, to his disciples, down throughout the line, that the hopeful elect has that same type of understanding as well, why these things will be occurring in these last days, about the love of many being waxed cold. How these people are going to have that cold, bitter spirit upon themselves. No type of high regards toward humanity. So that's why these things are taking place, and that's why it makes much more sense through the Spirit to us as the hopeful elect, and why we are not questioning why these things are happening. And that's why it's stated in 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter, in the first verse, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And prophecy means to declare or say something beforehand. And it goes on to say, which I will put in thy mouth. That's only to the hopeful elect, the ones who really have this true understanding of the gospel of Yahweh Bashim Shai within these last days. And also throughout 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter, it says, for they are faithful and true. And that's the beautiful thing about the movie of Yahweh Bashim Shai. The truth is being declared or proclaimed within these last days. Linking up with 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter, the 28th verse, as for faith it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, meaning to be defeated. And the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And it's been declared now through those righteous vessels Yahweh Bashim Shai has set up from the foundation of the earth, and now into these last days, proclaiming that true message of Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's through his holy prophets. And our brothers out, we are those chosen vessels. So like I was stating earlier, this is the only thing that makes sense within the land of confusion. As it says in Isaiah 24:10, how the city of confusion is broken down. You go to the word confusion, it goes into disruption, chaos. It also goes into disorder. So by default, Yahweh Bashim Shai is not the author of confusion. So that's how you know he's setting up this place, America, to be for an impending downfall. It's inevitable. So the city of confusion is broken down. And that goes into all types of aspects. Right now, from an economical aspect, this place is being broken down due to inflation. And I came across an article, it was going into how the inflation during this time compared to last year is up 10%. So now these Americans want to get together and party for this 4th of July, but they have to come more out the pocket due to the inflation upon the food. So any type of way that these prideful Americans are trying to celebrate or trying to have some type of escape from reality, what's truly going on within their lives, Yahweh Bashim Shah is right there around the corner and he's plaguing them. The price of fireworks has been increased. So the Lord's definitely bringing this place down. The housing market is in a big crisis. You have more Americans worried about their lifetime savings and how they are exhausting their savings account due to inflation. And this hasn't been transitioned to hyperinflation yet. So if these people are bugging out, being perplexed right now, how much more will it be transitioned into hyperinflation? With prices of household goods, items, food, gas, it's going to be double or triple compared to right now. So these divine plagues, Yahweh Bashim Shah is bringing upon this world, it's not making sense to everybody. And that's why this truth is so valuable to us as the hopeful elect. And that's why we're supposed to hold on to it as much as we can. Our brothers out. So the city of confusion is broken down. So that's from an economical aspect. What about a spiritual aspect? How this place is being broken down through the righteous vessels Yahweh Bashim Shah set up within these last days. His holy prophets. Linking up with 2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, the 4th verse, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Bashim Shah to the pulling down of strongholds. Those strongholds goes into the lies, the falsehoods, the deceptions that this man Esau Edom has brought forth to our people, to the world, through his different ideologies, his religions, that Babylonian wine, his democracy. So now we're at the end of Esau's chapter. And by that, Yahweh Bashim Shah has to declare truth throughout the earth before he takes the so-called white man down. That's by declaring or proclaiming this truth. As it says in the book of Psalm, the 85th chapter, 11th verse, truth should spring out of the earth and righteousness should look down from heaven. So we are definitely in those times. Everything that we've been taught was lies, and now we have that understanding. It's being transitioned to the truth. This word is being exposed to truth now and righteousness. And that's by the righteous, sincere prophets coming out, bringing forth Yahweh Bashim Shah's word in truth and in sincerity. And all this is going on throughout the land of confusion, the city of confusion, America. Because you go to the word Babylon, it goes to the Hebrew word Babal, which means confusion, chaos, disorder. So we are definitely in some exciting, beautiful times. So the city of confusion is broken down. So from an economical aspect, from a spiritual aspect, and very, very soon from a physical aspect, we are in the beginning times of World War III, Armageddon, where these other nations are going to be gathered to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, or in the scriptures it's called Jehoshaphat. But the true Hebrew word for it is Yahweh Shaphat, meaning the Most High's judgment, where he's going to judge all these nations by bringing them forth to the Middle East for World War III, the end of all wars. And this is all for the country versus Zion, because all these other nations had ahead of our downfall, as being the Israelites. So this is how the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah is going to plead or judge with all flesh. And as it says that the slain of the Lord shall be many. So by World War III, these other nations are going to shoot nuclear missiles upon America, Babylon the Great. And those nuclear missiles are going to be so detrimental that it's going to start a line of confusion within America, where you're not going to know your different state lines, like welcome to Mississippi, or welcome to Louisiana, or welcome to Georgia, and the list goes on. So you're not going to know that particular location due to that power of those nuclear missiles. The scriptures call them the beasts of destruction. And that's spiritual in the aspect, because in Isaiah the 24th chapter, how the city of confusion should be broken down, you go to the word confusion, the blue letter, it goes into wasteland, wilderness. And that's exactly how this place America is going to be. And this landmass of America is going to be the biggest desert overall. So which makes sense when you link that up with Isaiah the 34th chapter, 11th verse, how it goes about these different desert-like creatures like the cormorant, the bitter, the owl, how they're going to be the new tenants in this place America. the line of confusion. So this is the only thing that makes sense to us as the hopeful elect. Where you're saying everything that's been totally twisted within the society, because everything within the society go by the moral principle of being adverse to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So with that type of vibration alone, that's confusion. That's disorder. That's why things are going to be so chaotic within these last days. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is slowly but surely bringing those divine plays right now and putting in place. Where everybody's in that spirit of perplexity, just being confused and wondering why these things are occurring. And it goes on to say in Isaiah the 24th chapter, how things are going to be so chaotic within America because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to cause a famine of the word, meaning he's going to withdraw his sincere righteous prophets from out there on the highways and the byways. So therefore, it's going to be a crying for wine out there on the streets. People are going to be inquiring, like, why are these things happening? Like, what's going on here? But as Yahushua told his disciples, it is only given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them, it's not given. That's speaking about to 2/3 of our people. So you already know by default, these other nations, they're not going to perceive this. So that's just more proof through the Spirit how more valuable this word is going to be within these latter days. Upon those hopeful elect, upon those chosen vessels, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua set up before the foundation of the world. And that's why it's stated in Zechariah the 8th chapter, how these people are going to be trying to hold on the skirt of him that is a Jew. They're saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is with you. And that's likened to the book of Eli. You saw that character Denzel Washington played, which was Eli, and how he was a very valuable man and through those chaotic times. And you see how people was trying to flock to him. And that's a movie, which is an art. And movies are an imitation of life. So how much more would these things really be brought forth in this reality of ours in these last days? And also in the book of Ephesians, the 6th chapter, the 19th verse, it goes into how that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel. And that utterance goes into that divine communication, that living voice, which goes into the true teachings or the doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's only given to a certain elect few out of the nation of Israel. So right there alone shows you how valuable and precious having this understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua really is. And we are really going to see that and truly acknowledge that, Lord willing, when really all hell breaks loose within this society. When there's going to be a true crying for wine out there in the streets. But to them, it's going to be like a puzzle or mystery. But to us as the hopeful elect, they all going to make sense. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our times, our baratazah. So I was just thinking about that through the Spirit, how this is the only thing that makes sense. So, Baratazah, you all stay strong, and you all keep pushing forward. Shalom.